If you're on Twitter recently, you might have seen Suns are better starting a conversation about bringing Jay Crowder back. Apparently, Jay Crowder himself liked the post, so there is interest on his end. The Suns only have one roster spot left, so Sundo, please tell me why you and everyone else is clamoring for Jay Crowder.
First off, sir, I don't know where you and everyone else is coming from. There is no clamoring from me, but it is an interesting topic. There's a lot of nostalgia there from that 21 finals team with Jay Crowder there. So there's always that connection. And also seems to be confirmed that the Suns are wanting to bring Kogi back because him and D. Lee both opted out. And there was that report that said they were opting out for a better contract with the Suns. And so D. Lee's number one. It seems to be Okogie's number two. So would you want Jay Crowder over an Okogie? If Okogie doesn't come back, would you want Jay Crowder over a Thaddeus Young, for example? Or even the rumors of a Marcus Morris, right? Would you want Jay Crowder over those three? Because that seems to be kind of where we're headed for this last roster spot.
Well, let's start with Okogie. That's a tough call for me because Okogie's the better defender, but he is smaller. He used to be almost as streaky of a three-point shooter as Jay Crowder, but now he's kind of lost even the ability to streak in the positive direction the way that Jay can. So offensively, I got to give it to Jay. I think, honestly, I would entertain Jay over Josh Okogie. That experiment could have run its course, and the way he got played out of the lineup last season just makes me think he's not that crucial. Thad Young, I think, is redundant on this roster now that you have Oso. You already have a can't shoot a lick center that does the other things that you need from your center. The Mavs and the Sixers are linked to trying to get Marcus Morris, and after looking at his stats comparatively to Crowder and watching him play, I trust him so much more on offense, it's not even close. He shot 40% from three last season, and he's really good in the mid-range. I feel like he's the type of player that can come in off the bench and still keep the scoring going while the stars are getting their rest. And for a last man on the roster, that seems pretty valuable. A 6'8", 40% three-point shooting wing who's decent on defense. Beggars can't be choosers, and we're certainly beggars financially right now. But for the other reasons, I would say I'm going to go with Marcus Morris. As weird as that sounds to hear myself say.
I just don't know if that's really a big reality for the Suns. He will probably and more than likely fetch a higher price than what the Suns are able to offer him, right? And so I really do think it's going to be between Okogie and if this Jay Crowder thing somehow gets manifested by Suns Twitter. So I think if it came between Jay Crowder and Josh Okogie, I'd lean towards Jay Crowder just because I like what he would bring leadership wise. I would like how he would be able to take the younger players like a Ryan Dunn or a Jalen Bridges under his wing. I would lean Jay Crowder over Josh Okogie, which is weird to say for me. I didn't think that Josh Okogie got the best hand from Frank Vogel toward the end of the season. I really thought Frank Vogel took him out of the rotation, mainly because he was a liability on offense, but still, I think Okogie brought a lot more defensively, and it showed during the playoffs, especially that last game where he played Okogie and Nas, and all of a sudden we looked way better on defense.
That really is a great selling point for Crowder. Certainly don't love him like I used to, but he was a good vet in the locker room. But you know, Dario Saric is still available. That's one right there where I cannot see myself choosing Jay Crowder over him. He's bigger, 6'10", he's a better shooter. He doesn't jack up every available shot that he gets an opportunity for. He helps more on rebounds. He's a terrific passer, but I'll be fair, Jay Crowder's a good passer too.
To that point on Dario Saric, honestly, to me, it would probably be a toss-up between the two, Jay Crowder and Dario Saric, if I'm being honest. I'm looking at the roster right now, and I mean, it really doesn't matter what type of player we bring in as far as roster construction. The team is constructed actually pretty nice as far as I go, and it's pretty balanced after the Monte Morris signing. So at this point, you go Jay Crowder, you go Dario, you bring back Okogie, you bring Thad, you bring in Marcus Morris if that's possible. At this point, you just be adding depth. I don't think you go wrong with either of the three, Okogie, Dario, or Jay at this point.
You guys tell us what you think in the comments. We will see you Thursday night for the live stream.